Previously on Voyage of the Poodle.
Phoebe, how'd you like to go around the world on a boat? Well, Phoebe, how was the spa? It looks like you had a nice, relaxing full day, and I know that was your first criteria for actually sitting down to negotiate. So I'm glad that you're back at the table, and I hope you thought about things that are now enthusiastic about coming on the boat. Oh, you're not. So you're not too enthusiastic. Well, I know we did have that initial ride in the beginning with Steven, and Steven really liked it.
Now you have likely seen some of the videos that my support person has made depicting his sorry situation of wanting to sail around the world in the footsteps of Charles Darwin, when he doesn't have a boat, doesn't know how to sail, is a poor swimmer, and worst of all, he wants a couple of poodles to accompany him so as to add a bit of class to the expedition. If you have seen the videos, you will know that they are quite lame, even allowing for the fact that my support person doesn't know anything about making videos either. Such a loser. I was playing chess the other day and my mind wandered due to the lack of quality of my opponent, and I thought, I'll make a video of my trip to Baja, Mexico to look for whale bones. At least it will be interesting, and I plan to learn Spanish using the Duolingo app, so I will be able to have in-depth discussions with some of the local canines. You have to watch the video to the end to see how successful I am. Of course I will be successful. To learn a language you need concentration and repetition. So we started out the negotiation with my support person. The first time my support person suggested the journey to me, I was speechless and shocked. It was a natural reaction to such a crazy proposal. Everyone knows that if you sit down across from Poodle and go to the trouble of sharing a few glasses of wine with them, while gently looking them in their eyes, they will become somewhat uninhibited and will begin to speak directly in that soft, accented Poodle voice many of us have experienced. I did that. I don't mind speaking with him because I do believe that he actually cares for me, and he knows I won't tell anyone that I can actually speak. Generally, I tend to just quietly listen and observe people while not saying a word. I reluctantly agreed to go on a boat excursion with him and my brother Dugan. My support person had never piloted a boat with a motor. Paddling a kayak is about his limit. Dugan, however, was all in. He's not smart enough to sense danger. Meanwhile, I politely cowered in the boat in my life jacket, hoping it would be a short journey, and it was, for all the wrong reasons. The dodo ran aground and broke the propeller, just to give you an idea of what I have to deal with on this crazy proposed journey. I have had an interesting upbringing, an amazing family. My stud father, Conway, met a nice bitch from Texas, Cosmos, and I was the result of a romantic meeting. I was fortunate to be born with an unusual combination of beauty and brains. I do love and tolerate my brother Dugan, who, while attractive and athletic, is basically as thick as a dog biscuit. Myself, in contrast, enjoyed escaping from any type of confinement just for the intellectual challenge, not to actually leave my comfortable surroundings and support. That would be unnecessary and scary. I grew up the normal way of beautiful and bright woman. I became an international model. I even marketed rosé wine and was one of the major reasons that rosé wine became much more acceptable and popular. Humans drink that rosé wine and a fun party with cool people immediately breaks out. Of course, I tried OnlyFans, which was an easy way to simply relax and pose and make drooling male studs throw their money at me. And as a fashionista, it was so easy. I love the practical walking outfits that exude glamour and class in a simple way, like capri pants which show off my stunning ankles and my subtle but mesmerizing declaw. My accent nail only adds to the picture. As impossible to resist as a freshly cooked chicken on a kitchen counter, as one admirer stated. So here we are now, and the negotiation begins. My hair was terrible, so to buy time in the negotiation and to have a sense of my support person's commitment, I insisted that I have a spa appointment to deal with my disheveled hair before starting. And then the negotiation began. I gave him a list of requirements for characteristics in a boat that I hoped he would not be able to meet. Obvious ones such as having a private cabin, an outdoor private washroom, enhanced protective railings, a maximum of 2 steps from the deck into the cabin, a bed with sides in case the boat motion disrupts my sleep, all pretty basic. Comfortable furnishing, of course, and an internet connection so I can do more than just read books and magazines. I have always been interested in the ecology of whales. For some reason, I feel a strong attraction to their huge bones. Not in a macabre way, but I'm just drawn to bones. I know it's a bit weird wanting to find, chew, and bury bones. No particular reason why, such as childhood trauma or weird family dynamics. I guess everyone is normal until you get to know them. I also like warmth and comfort, celestial events, and of course, whale bones. Did I say that already? I told this all to my support person, and he is so desperate to please me, he agreed to everything. I will tell you about the journey and the search for whale bones in my own words. It was a huge commitment on his part, with my only promise being that I would consider joining him on what is a crazy adventure for him. A barely tolerable activity for me. Where do you get a warm place that potentially sells whale bones? Baja, California. So the journey involved flying to Baja, California to look for whale bones. The ecology of the gray whales is that they have their babies in one of 3 bays in Baja in the spring and then migrate north to the Bering Sea for the summer, returning in November for the Baja Blast whale party and resultant baby whales which are born in January. If I was fortunate, hopefully one of the babies or their mother would die. Then whale bones would become available. I also felt that for someone as sophisticated as myself, I should interact with the local canines and give them a few beauty tips and fashion tips. So I'm going to learn Spanish, which for me should only take a few days to learn the basics. After all, it is for communicating with dogs who do not have the intellect I have, nor likely the educational opportunities. I picked up a Spanish book to practice, did some Duolingo. The 3 days in Baja where whales are found are San Ignacio Lagoon, Magdalena Bay, Lagoon A Ojo de Liebra. I chose the most northern bay, San Ignacio Lagoon. So off we went on the trip. The airplane was a bit small for me, but I guess we have to suffer a little for a bigger purpose. Customs first. Do you have anything to declare? I would like to declare that my brother Duyan is not intelligent and therefore easy to manipulate. Next stop, Reno. I like the temperature. I wanted to switch to a comfortable jet. My support person said that it could not land on the beach, where the whale bones would be. I had to trust him on that one, but I had another idea. Why not call in a helicopter? Then he said that would not work. It is slow and blows up too much sand so it could not see when landing. Not sure if I believe him on that one, but I don't like the thought of a slower trip. Next stop, Scottsdale, which is more my style. Elegant and comfortable. Nice car, but the color is a bit off and the roof does not come off. Then headed to Mexico. I was looking forward to the warmth, lovely people, stopped for lunch at San Felipe, then headed down Baja towards the Laguna de San Ignacio. Landed on the dirt strip. It was hot, achieved some relief under the wing while waiting for the air-conditioned vehicle. I had a random thought of eagles, one type of bird that I do not chase. An old ditty. I remember listening to my support person, his favorite. I can't remember the words exactly, sort of. Welcome to Baja, California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely space. Plenty of whales in Baja, California. This time of year, you can find whales here. I never knew it was a song about me looking for whale bones in Baja, California. Humans apparently congregate in this area to scratch the tummies of baby whales. Yuck! That must be awful, likely cold and slimy. Can't they get enough joy rubbing the warm tummies of dogs? I would rather support that activity. The doghouse was comfortable and appropriate, as was the food. Dugan and I had separate beds, a bit warm to cuddle. I did go to some talk on the biology of whales so I could give a few humans the pleasure of rubbing my tummy. The things I do, I just can't help being generous. The humans were heading off to interact with baby whales. After my one and only boating experience with my support person, I passed on that one. I was here to find whale bones. Dugan has a good sense of smell and boundless energy, and it was easy to tell him what to do. We wandered along the beach and then found the bones, scattered all over. Exciting! For the picture, I directed Dugan to assemble the bones in a somewhat biological order. I had achieved my goal, so afterwards we hung around so I could give people a thrill to interact with an international model in the middle of nowhere. We chilled for a few days, enjoying the whale bones. Then I met a Mexican dog and had a convo. It was nice asking him how much traveling he had done and what spot he goes to. Then I decided to get everyone to jump in the plane and fly to Mazatlan, where the total eclipse of the sun would occur in a few days. The eclipse was an intellectual exercise for me. I brought goggles for Dugan to help him look at the sun during the eclipse. Don't tell anyone that they were actually magnifying goggles. He is so naive. The eclipse was cool, but it was more fun racing around at night in the golf cart. Dugan loves chasing a ball. That basically is all you need to know about him. Personally, I don't chase balls. Why go to the effort to chase after and catch a perfectly good ball that the human has thrown away, do the favor of retrieving it for him, and then he throws it away again? Really? That's crazy. Or they seem to enjoy hitting a hard little white ball, but now for some reason they don't want you to pick it up. Instead, they walk over to where it stops and hit it again and again. Often they purposely hit the ball into the woods or the water just to make it difficult for you to be nice to them and get the ball for them. Then after hitting the ball a number of times and telling you not to get it, they finally hide the ball in a hole that is impossible for helpful dogs to get the ball out of. And they seem to enjoy it. It's all very strange. Now you know what I mean about people seeming normal until you get to know them. Then headed back home in the slow airplane. It took all day and I had to watch my support person's flying abilities closely. Here I had to ask him why he was 150 feet above his assigned altitude. Then back home, nice experience. And I said that I would seriously consider possibly trying a potential boat trip. So I did hold up my part of the agreement for now. And I did learn to speak Spanish pretty well. In Don Quixote, Dugan reminds me of the hapless companion Sancho Panza, and I thought I would read a passage describing him in using my newly acquired Spanish. I would recommend Duolingo. La aventura va guiando nuestras cosas mejor de lo que acertamos a desear, porque ves allá, amigo Sancho Panza. Similarmente es como Dugan, donde se descubren 30 o pocos más desaforados gigantes con quien pienso hacer batalla y quitarles a todos la vida. I hope you enjoyed my video. Like and subscribe to support Person's lame videos if you feel sorry for him.
I'm going to be taking more courses and learning more things, and I think that you'll be able to relax a little bit when we finally do get a boat and we go off on it together.
Let's hope that he never finds a boat so that I won't be pressured to go with him.